Alright. Nexomon Extinction, first encounter only playthrough. Let's keep it going. So to start out this episode, we have two battles back to back, but being they weren't really anything to worry about, I decided to keep them in the exact same clip. As you're about to see, they're both kind of a cakewalk. And if you hear any background noise, my mic messed up not that long ago, so I'm actually doing the audio part of my recording with my PlayStation camera. So, yeah, and it picks up a lot of background stuff, so sorry about that if you do hear any of it. And that ends the first person as I'm explaining the PlayStation camera. Anyways, I heal up my Nexomon and immediately begin the next battle, which is right up here. And like I said, they were both cakewalks, so I kept them in the exact same clip. That's just how easy they were. Unfortunately, all the easy battles are about to be gone. There's like the last little bit of them in this episode. Now this tamer has some heavy hitters, but then the heavy hitters are done with and we're down to these Nexomon. God, I am hating that one more and more every second of this playthrough, I swear. And that takes care of the first two tamers. And the second part of this, technically third battle, second part, is our next battle with one of the children of Omicron. And thanks to the type advantage, this is just the best and easiest cakewalk I've had this entire playthrough. This was even easier than frickin' Navalis. How did that make any sense? Anyways, like I said, thanks to the type advantage, easy first try. The next battle is with... The next battle is with the next tyrant. Luckily, we have the type advantage for 2 of the Nexomon, but there's still 5 of them. Actually, I think I have the type advantage for 3 or 4 of them. And here's yours, and for whatever reason... Yeah, it's 3 of them. For whatever reason, she keeps swapping out her tyrant. I mean, look at this. 1 hit, he's gone. 1 hit, he's gone. Now watch what happens after I take him out. I have enough health to just finish off Eurus. No freaking problem. This was way too easy. The next battle, however, is when they finally stop taking it easy on you. This is when you battle Ross. Now Ross, cakewalk, piece of cake, no problem at all. Just look at this. Done. The next Nexomon might have a move that's strong against me, but boom, done. And then the last one is my favorite starter in this game. Just look how cool he looks, done. What wasn't expected, though, is that I completely forgot that this is when they start throwing the 2 battles back-to-back without healing at you. So you have to battle Ross and Nora back-to-back without healing. On the bright side, neither one of them are any good at being tamers, so they're pretty easy to beat. What isn't easy is how many times Spark misses in every episode. I take this time to just start waiting, building up stamina, because this 4 toys just ain't doing much damage at all, and I'm also trying to let that confusion go away. And now it's time to body the rest of her team, no problem at all. Like I said, just pieces of cake. And then we saved a couple of people who needed to deliver explosives to our favorite miner. And he had a 5 Nexomon team. When I seen he had 5, my heart almost sank, and then I started battling, and well, as you can see, I start completely destroying this man's team, slowly, one by one. What a easy freaking battle. I mean, just look at this, he's barely doing anything, more than half his team is gone, and I'm still in green health. And now his entire team's gone, and I'm still in green health. Piece of cake. And then we find a couple of cops struggling with some Nexomon, so we're like, you know what, I got you, fam, I got this. Remember when I said here's where they stop taking it easy on you, they start throwing back-to-back battles that don't give you heals? This is one of those moments, and as you can see, the type is in the opponent's advantage here. Luckily, I'm demotivating him a lot, and he is losing a lot of his turns. However, he almost takes us down to below half health, and that begins the second freaking battle. On the bright side, this one is 1 level lower than the last one, but the advantage is still in his favor. And very, very fortunately for me, he loses turn not once, not twice, but 3 consecutive times. How lucky was that? You know what wasn't lucky? This battle right here. Nah, just kidding. but wasn't lucky as the one after this. This one right here was kind of a cakewalk. So for those of you who are unaware, this guy is actually in the first Nexomon game. He's the first boss of the first game. And yeah, he's kind of a cakewalk. Kinda. Here, you know. No problem, no problem. I still have a lot of freaking health left. However, he's got a second form. And in this second form, he not only gets one extra Nexomon, he gets 4 of them. No joke, he gets 4 new Nexomon. You're about to see. Alright, 4 brand new Nexomon that he didn't even have before, and you don't get healed up. Now, the main concern going through my head here was, do I have enough stamina for this? And fortunately, his team kind of sucks against my Nexomon, so I had more than enough stamina to keep it going. Just, boom, powering up, getting stamina, destroying the rest of his team. Just as easy as that. Just completely easy. I really hate beating up on my favorite starter, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Piece of cake. You know it wasn't a piece of cake? Xanders, who for whatever freaking reason is so freaking difficult here. Just look at this. He has a full 6 Nexomon team. This was my first attempt. And just look at how bad I lose. Okay? First Nexomon, no freaking problem. I'm strong against him, but he's also strong against me. And then comes out one of the rock Nexomon. Even though I demotivate him, he swaps out into another heavy-hitting rock-type Nexomon. This is insane. Just look at this. I'm having to get my stamina back because I just don't have enough to freaking deal with it. I don't even defeat 2 of his Nexomon before losing my first freaking attempt. And the second attempt goes a little bit better for me. I was a little bit more prepared, but I was still the same level because, you know, I'm stubborn. I want to try again because, you know, I feel like I could have done a lot better. I immediately powered up, but it honestly didn't really change much. The 2 Rock Nexomon still do massive freaking damage. By the time I finally take them both out, I am almost dead, and I still have 3 more Nexomon to go through. It is just a brutal battle. Leech takes me out there. So I decided to take this time to level up my Nexomon a little bit. What you're seeing here is about 30 minutes worth of grinding. Because there's a cutscene you have to watch every time before you battle Xanders. And no joke, in that cutscene I had time to take my controller to the kitchen. Get a drink, fill up the fridge with all of my drinks, okay? Open the drink, drink a little bit of it, and still catch a few Pokemon on Pokemon Go. And the cutscene was just ending and all of that, after all that. So this is 30 minutes of me grinding all the way up to level 50. And honestly, even after all of that, it's still a rough freaking battle because it's a 6 against 1 battle, and 2 of those 6 I am weak against. A third one, we're weak against each other, so technically it's maybe 9 against 1, thanks to type disadvantages. God, it's insane. And here I'm walking around trying to fill up on potions and stuff like that. For whatever reason, this store doesn't sell freaking elixirs, so I've got to go somewhere else to get them. And for whatever reason, you can just pass right through this guy. He's like the only NPC that I know of in this entire game that you can just walk right through. And I'm still just trying my best to level up while also messing around, just looking around and all that. And yeah, this is what you don't see. This is what I cut out most of the time because of how time consuming it is. And in this episode, you didn't see a few of the battles because I didn't really think they were important, because it was like 1 against 2, 1 against 1, just battles that were so easy that it just wasn't really worth the time to just show them off. But without a doubt, I have spent more time grinding in this game than I really would like to, but I expected that going into this challenge. I expected what I'm getting right now. And yeah, this entire playthrough's been exactly how I imagined it. A rough beginning, a somewhat easy mid, and then an insanely difficult ending, because right now we're at like the final maybe 1/3, maybe Maybe 1/4 of the game, maybe. Just maybe. But our next tyrant, luckily, might be in our favor. Because the next tyrant we battle should be the electric tyrant. But he's going to more likely be in 1 or 2 episodes. It's the one after that tyrant that I'm worried about. I'm not ready for not ready for the last tyrant we gotta battle before the end game stuff happens. And right here I'm looking for the best possible place to train. So I head all the way back to Perum City, and this is where I fill up on everything I need. Everything. And by that I mean 125 elixirs. Oh my goodness, I spent so much freaking money at this one freaking store. And here's where I discover that I haven't even unlocked my favorite training place. But I don't worry about that because I head right to the Drake Isles, and here's where I finally finish the grind. The 30-minute long grind to level 50 from level 46. 30 minutes to grow 4 levels. This is painful. Worst part is I don't even think I'm at the same level as our final boss of this game. And yeah, Ameli's gonna be our final boss because when you battle Vados, he's a multi-stage boss. And in 2 of the 3 stages, you're gonna be using either multiple Nexomon that are given to you, or a completely different Nexomon than my Spark here. And yeah, being he's our first encounter, I'm considering Ameli the final boss of Nexomon Extinction for the first encounter only playthrough. And look at this, man. I'm just destroying everything right now. It feels good not to lose. It feels so good not to freaking lose. Unfortunately, we still got Xanders to worry about. Worst part is this is not our only battle with Xanders. And Xanders isn't even the one I'm worried about, and it's also not Ameli, although Ameli should be raising very, very heavy concerns for me. It's actually Edward that I'm currently worried about, because Edward is a really good tamer. Really freaking good. And unfortunately, you gotta battle Xanders, Edward, and Ameli almost back to back to back, but you can heal in between the battles, so that's awesome. Really glad you don't have to battle them all without healing. And as you can see, this is the final stretch. We are almost done with the entire speed up of a 30-minute grinding session. This is at ×4 speed, by the way. Very, very long time. And every grinding session is getting longer and longer. It sucks. It really freaking does. And now is when I decide to unlock my favorite training spot. It's this spot right here. Right here you have very good experience with very different types of Nexomon, and there's also a healing center not far away from the first patch of grass, so you know, win-win. And just like that, we are now level freaking 50. Let's try Xanders again. Here goes the first attempt at Xanders now that I am level freaking 50. Thankfully, he starts out with a very weak attack, and I take him out without losing too much health. But now comes his heavy hitters, and thankfully I can take them both out in just 2 freaking hits. And then he reveals his final Nexomon, the one I have not seen yet. He goes down pretty easily. Then comes his electric type Nexomon, and I use this one to build up a little bit of stamina. And just what? I just want y'all to see this. This was the exchange for the final Nexomon of this battle. Look how close I get to winning. I have to get a little bit more stamina back to defeat him. And he lives by 5 health, takes me out. Worst part is, if I would have lived that attack, Leech would have killed me. And just to show y'all the cutscene that plays, here's the entire unsped up, unslowed down version of that cutscene. All in all, if you're spamming X the entire time, this cutscene is about 1.5 minutes long. That is how long I have to wait, no matter what, to rematch Xanders at this point. What sucks is this is actually one of the shorter cutscenes in this game. That is insane. There are some cutscenes that last for freaking ever, and I am not ready for the battles immediately after those cutscenes. Like, what would have made this so much faster is if instead of jumping right into the fight with Sanders, if there was just a little interaction you had to do in order to activate the boss with Sanders. Like, for instance, you're going to see here in just a moment, okay? She's about to knock him back. She's about to beat the heck out of this guy. And then he's gonna get up like he's Goku from Dragon Ball and be like, oh, that barely even hurt. And then you're just gonna cut in front of him. Now, what would have made this so much faster so that we don't have to watch these cutscenes over and over and over again is if he stopped right there, right where he's at, and then you walked up and activated the battle. But no, that's not the case. So I gotta watch it every time. So start out this attempt once again, powering up and taking out the first Nexomon pretty quickly, and then comes his 2 heavy hitters. Now, extremely fortunately for me, he missed, meaning I got past him with so much more health than I usually do, meaning this is the best attempt I've gotten so far at winning this battle, and I'm going the entire freaking length of this battle, getting as much stamina as I can on the one Nexomon I'm not even freaking worried about, and then he switches out without dealing damage. That is awesome, but then that move comes up. For those of you that are unaware of what that move does, he's at 1 HP for 3 turns, and I thought that was going to be the end of me until it finally ran out. I took out his final 2 Nexomon, and I finally beat Xanders. We meet Atlas, and that is going to be the end of this episode. This game is getting extremely hard very quickly, and I'll see y'all next week. I hope y'all enjoyed this video.